It's another edition of Time About the Movies, and today we're taking a look at the films of March 2nd, 2001. Only 2 movies to look at today. Why do I have 3 fingers up? I don't know. 2 movies, that's what I was trying to do. Just killing some time here, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's start off with our first movie, and that is Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts in The Mexican.
This was your last job, Jerry.
She isn't living your typical fairy tale.
If I don't go, I'm dead.
I.
He isn't your everyday Prince Charming.
Hey, buddy, is that your ball?
But for Sam and Jerry, this is Mexican. Happily Ever After is only a legend away.
Cool.
Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts.
Honey, you have managed to Forrest Gump your way through this.
The Mexican, rated R. Starts March 2nd everywhere.
You know, for a movie called The Mexican, there really is not a whole lot of Mexicans in this cast. But actually, the title of this will make sense in just a second here. Brad Pitt is given 2 ultimatums. He plays a guy named Jerry Welbeck. His mob boss wants him to travel to Mexico to get a priceless antique pistol called The Mexican. So that's why the title goes in there. Or he will suffer the consequences. The other ultimatum comes from his girlfriend, Samantha, played by Julia Roberts, who wants him to end his association with the mob. Jerry figures that being alive, although in trouble with his girlfriend, is the better alternative, so he heads south of the border. Finding the pistol is easy, but getting it home is a whole other matter altogether. The pistol supposedly carries a curse Jerry is given every reason to believe, especially when Samantha is held hostage by the gay hitman Leroy, played by Tony Soprano himself, James Gandolfini, to ensure the safe return of the pistol. So you can see there are some brief flashes of promise in this movie. This is directed by Gore Verbinski. This was actually his first film after Mouse Hunt. Good cast overall. I mean, not only the 3 I just mentioned, J.K. Simmons is in this movie, Gene Hackman, Bob Balaban, David Krumholtz. A really phenomenal cast in general here. The chemistry in this movie is really good, but it's not really the chemistry between Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts that really shines in this movie. It's the chemistry between Roberts and Gandolfini. James Gandolfini plays a very good job of playing a unusual role of a gay hitman, and he plays it pretty good. Like, he plays it to a T, and he does a really phenomenal job in it, and he really brings a lot of the life to this movie. Not to say that Brad Pitt and Julia Roberts aren't bad together, but the real chemistry is between Roberts and Gandolfini. That's the thing that you remember the most from this movie. It feels like they're trying to create a new generation's, like, Romancing the Stone, in a way, where you have Julia Roberts and Brad Pitt in the Kathleen Turner and Michael Douglas role, and maybe Danny DeVito as the James Gandolfini type of role, but it doesn't really come out as well as that movie did. I mean, that movie stands up for a number of different reasons, but this, just those brief flashes of promise there, like the scenes with Roberts and Gandolfini. I guess Brad Pitt is okay in the film, but overall, the rest of the movie itself is kind of formulaic territory. We've seen this kind of stuff done over and over again. It doesn't really do anything new or anything interesting to really make it stand out on its own, or even anything that remotely memorable about it. But really, the one thing that you come out of this going is that, man, Roberts and Gandolfini are really good together. Like I just want to see a movie with the two. I wanted to see a movie with the 2 of them, honestly. Like, you have, like, same type of thing. Like, he could be the gay guy, she can be the straight woman, and the adventures that they could have together would probably be very, very interesting. But other than that, though, I guess this movie isn't terrible, but it's not a great film either. It's kind of a mixed bag. I thought it was okay, but nothing I really want to watch over and over again, honestly, the more I think about it. So that's The Mexican, but I will tell you this, I would gladly take this over our last movie we have here, and that is See Spot Run.
His name is Spot, the top canine agent in America. While we should get the dog,
He's one smart puppy. His name is Gordon. He's one dumb mailman.
that's Satan's dog.
On March 2nd,
I'm not picking that up.
it's doo-doo
What's that smell?
or die. See Spot Run.
What's going on?
I'm with Leslie Bibb. What is going on in this movie? So much ridiculousness in this film. David Arquette is a mailman who takes in a stray bull mastiff, the titular Spot, only to learn that he's a trained FBI dog that has escaped from Witness Protection Program and is targeted for attacking a crime boss played by Paul Sorvino. You see Michael Clark Duncan also in there as well, a young Angus Jones, pre-Two and a Half Men, Anthony Anderson, Steve Shrippa, as I said, Leslie Bibb in this movie. Directed by the guy that would give us the masterpieces of shit like a Big Mama's House 2 and Deck the Halls. And Big Mama's Like Father, Like Son 2. I mean, quality movies there. But no. This is exactly the type of movie that I would expect a director of Big Mamas Like Father, Like Son, and Deck the Halls to do, because it's a movie that just literally has nothing to go for it. I mean, there's literally nothing there. It's just throw stuff at the wall, see if it makes your kid laugh, and then you can get on out of here. And this movie was surprisingly a gigantic hit when it came out. I mean, this was a film that only cost $16 million, but brought it back in $43 million worldwide. But there's one particular reason that I think it's because that it made that much money. Because there was a teaser trailer for a huge Warner Brothers project coming out at the end of the year, based off of one of the most popular children's books of all time, written by J.K. Rowling. I think you know what I'm talking about here. The first trailer for that movie was on this thing, and I think it's one of those things where it was like what we talked about when Phantom Menace had that first trailer come out, and everybody had to see it on the big screen because you couldn't see it anywhere else, and people were just going to these movies that were coming out around that time when that trailer came out, and then leaving just as that was happening. And I guarantee you that's exactly what happened when this movie came out. Like, do not be surprised if you think that's not the case, but yeah, who else looked at this movie and saw anything worthy of value to it? I mean, the trailer alone, so much is going on in there. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Like, there's a scene where, like, David Arquette's blown up in, like, a bubble or something. Then you got these mobsters who the lead mobster wants revenge on this dog. Like, it's the same. And if you watch these trailers and commercials, it's all the same footage. They use the same footage every single time. It's almost never anything different. It's the same jokes. It's the same scenes. They knew this was dead on arrival, but they had the advantage of putting that Harry Potter trailer on there, and sure enough, made a ton of money for him. I don't know why, because tell me, is anybody out there, if you saw this movie as a kid, do you remember a single thing from it now? 9 times out of 10, 90% of you people probably would not, but then there's that 10% out there that probably would. But, yeah, this is not a good movie. This is a really, really bad movie, so yeah. See Spot run? More like run from seeing Spot running. I don't know. I don't have a good joke to end that on. And on that note, we wrap up another edition of Time About the Movies. When we meet next time, we'll take a look at 3 more movies. Robert De Niro and Edward Burns in 15 minutes. We also have Get Over It, and we also have Blow Dry. So we'll take a look at those 3 films on the next episode. But until then, thank you so much for watching. And if you want to see more videos like this, please hit the playlist on the next page. Check out the previous episode. Also, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this on this channel. So with that said, I am off. I will see you guys next time. And until then, as always, take care.